blockchains are not controlled by a central authority, but by the entire network of participants who establishes the rules for the participations themselves and can elect evolve system according to the consensus. Now, what happens is this very freedom, because freedom comes with responsibility, that makes the censorship resistant and inherently more elastic. And people, I think, fear that because we are used to having top-down approaches. However, I feel that these blockchain supported technologies can potentially facilitate decentralized coordination and alignment of human incentive, on a scale that only a top-down command and control structures previously could. And decentralization is ultimately going to make us empowered, and it's going to make us feel that we are the designer of our own destiny. We're going to be always seeing different pattern like this, different technologies like this, but I think this is a part of our evolution, is how do we choose to use it? Are we going to be using this technology for the humanity's betterment, our betterment? Are we going to use it to get over our fear, to be more conscious, to educate ourselves? Or are we going to be like, oh my God, the AI is going to take all my jobs? The question is, so what? That is the question, and I hope that we all try to actively and consciously find that answer of so what and what now and what can I do about it.
Oh, so beautifully shared, Moon. And you have me so excited. And there's so many opportunities. And as you said, a lot of it is going to have to do with actually behavior change and people realizing that for us to be participatory, we need a certain level of self responsibility. And the hope is that we'll have the right humans involved in this space, women, people of color, people representing, the spectrum of what it means to be a human, who are designing this, this future for all of us. And we're helping to ensure that there is balance, figuratively and literally, in this industry. And I think that alone just makes me very, very excited.
So an industry associate at the University College London for their Center for Blockchain Technology. We're part of the Ripple's UBRI. So, I get to go to different conferences and talk about all of the world's leading researcher in these spaces and the things that they're working on. And it's really interesting to be able to see in academia the type of research that are needed today to be able to support the challenges that the industry is facing or the work that the industry is doing. So now, we have this beautiful ecosystem of the industry and the university academia is really working together. And I've been in academia for many years by just going to school itself, and I don't think I've ever seen a time like this where they're really working together as opposed to like very separately, and it's very timely and it's just moving. It's very much like what do we need as opposed to like running in the different way. And the biggest challenge, I think, the challenges that I've experienced working in my advisory work is that the fear, I think it's just the fear almost, are approaching this technology. Doing it is like the way you would be doing project management in the past, or like doing so many analysis in the past. By the time you actually finished your cost analysis or so many of your analysis, the technology has moved on to at very, very different levels. It's really the challenge of just saying that sometimes maybe you don't really need all of that PowerPoint presentation. Maybe you really don't need all of that economical model that really create something on a pilot level. Just do it, and that's really where you're going to be learning something and getting that insight and see if it's a good fit for you or not, and where you can go from there.
Yeah, no, thank you. And you're doing amazing work. So thank you so much for sharing, and also for highlighting the importance of industry research collaboration and how you're seeing a lot more of that. And that's validation, right? We need to be able to validate these technologies, not just through experience, but also through research. That's what we need to be able to empower the founders and the engineers to truly move into this space, especially in these industries that are so archaic. Where we're like, where we haven't run out of solutions, but we really need, a full-on reset. So that really excites me.